Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the morning roast. And I'm, of course, Sugar Chris, and with me is Clay Adams today. We've
Sugar Clay.
Sugar Clay, Sugar Clay Leonard, or however.
That's right,
But
baby. Cassius Clay. It's Cassius Clay.
there,
I gotcha.
ah.
There you go.
Was that other boxer Sugar Ray Leonard? Wasn't that his
Sugar
name?
Ray Leonard. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you're Sugar Clay
I'm
Leonard.
Sugar Clay. Sugar Clay Leonard.
All right,
Adams.
but where's Sim? Oh, Pedro's already here. He says, "Where's Sim?" Who knows where Sim is? He's
It's
probably,
a
under his covers, snoozing until his
great question,
family wakes
Pedro.
him up. His family will probably wake him up, get that Tim Hortons coffee a brewing and waft it under his nose, and he'll magically wake up.
Is he Canadian?
Yes.
Oh, well, that answers it then. Of course it's Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah. He loves his Tim Hortons.
Oh, all right, all
Uh,
right. They should play that
oh,
theme song for him. That'll wake him up.
we got Soul saying, "Welcome to the morning roast with yet another returning guest." And when Mr. Adams is involved, a bloody good time is always guaranteed. Even literally. Let's rock, Chris. Late. Sim, Clay, and Jack. I was only like 5 minutes late today. I've been quite busy this morning, and I'm already as the Brits
You've
would
had a
say,
full
knackered.
day already.
Oh yeah. I finally got back to the gym after a few days. I went back, hit the gym, and then got done there, came home, grabbed the weed eater, did some weed eating until the battery died. Got done with that. Uh, oh, wait, no. Before I did that, I went to Martin's. Before I went and weed eated, went to Martin's. Then I weed eated. Then I went and showered, made my food, ate, been working on talking with people, setting up streams, and now I'm doing this. And no sleep.
No
Yeah,
sleep till Brooklyn, baby.
that's right. Let's see. Of course, we got Pedro. We always love to see Pedro. He says
Morning,
swimming in
gents.
maple syrup as usual. Yeah, probably. Ooh, that would be uncomfortable. I feel like
Sounds
it'd mess with
sticky.
your hair. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
sticky.
Not a fan.
No. Soul's already thrown the link in. Thank you, Soul.
Ah, thank you, sir.
All right.
And thanks for the kind words before. It's always fun to be here on the
Yes.
morning roast. I
Clay,
feel like I should
Clay.
have some Tim Hortons.
I'm tempted. I'm tempted to buy me some of those K cups, Tim Hortons, the Keurig ones.
Yeah.
So that way I can, be unified with Sim. Try
I've
to reach
started
across.
doing the Bialetti, which is like it's like an Italian percolator for coffee. It's
Oh,
delicious.
is
Yeah,
it?
good stuff. Just
I'm
throw it on
I'm
the
not a
stove.
I'm not a coffee connoisseur. I don't know anything about it. I drank coffee for a short period of time when I started this show, to fit the theme and
Uh-huh.
everything, but I couldn't keep doing it. It felt like my heart was going 80 and I wouldn't sleep.
Oh, geez. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's no good.
I was like, I only drink water now, and that's it really, except for a little bit of chocolate milk. And
Right.
like if I drink a soda, I'm up all day. I can't go to
Wow. All
sleep.
right. You have a sensitive constitution.
Apparently.
I can't drink caffeine after a certain time of day, but first thing in the morning, I gotta have it. I can't wake up without it.
Look at you, Clay. You come on here, you insult me. You say I got a sensitive constitution. Like, oh, you little soft boy, aren't you?
I didn't mean to insult you. I have a sensitive constitution, just not that sensitive to caffeine. But yeah, there are plenty of things I can't do. So
You got
look, you went to the gym this morning. I last went to a gym in 1982, I believe. So
Oh wow.
you don't you I'm the one with the sensitive constitution. All right, I take that back. I take that back. I'm eating crow,
Clay's like, oh, you gonna people would sneeze on you
begging
and
your
you fall over,
forgiveness.
you crumple, sugar.
That's right. That's right. Yes, I am a
Uh,
very delicate flower.
let's. You're too tired for punctuation, Sugar. The late was regarding Sim. There is a comma after your name. Oh, okay, okay. He's well, you know how Sim is. He's always fashionably late. Let's see. Pedro says he is a French press guy.
Ooh, I love French press too.
Oh, okay. Sugar, you drank fluid desserts when you had the hots for that one barista. Those were more ice cream than coffee. Hots for that one. Oh, you're talking about the coffee shop. Oh yeah, I was before the K cups. I was going to the coffee shop when we started this show, and was getting coffees from there. And they always had like peanut butter coffee and all these different kinds and stuff. So
Peanut butter
Soul
coffee.
every time would give me hell over it. It'd be like
Pe-
Reese's peanut butter coffee.
I love peanut butter and I love coffee. Those are not two tastes that I think go together.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying out all kinds of stuff, and then they just gave me shit.
I always get so like I always see there's some kind of I forget who makes it. Is it like Left Hand Brewing or something? Somebody makes like a peanut butter stout beer, and like I always get it thinking I'm gonna love it, and then I like always forget how much I hate it. It's terrible. It's like all these tastes that separately I love, but put together in a beer, it's just garbage.
Oh gosh, what is that? Buffalo style chicken. Every
Oh yeah,
time
really?
I do not like it. Every time I
Really?
forget and I buy it, and I'm like, oh, meh.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I can't get behind it. It's something about the sauce that just ugh,
Yeah?
drives me up the wall. I'll eat it, but of course I'll eat just about anything, but I don't care for it. Uh,
You're a human
Liz,
garbage
look
disposal.
at it. Clay is not wrong, Chris. You hush up, Pedro. Gosh dang it. If you do have a sense of constitution, check out frankcomics.com. uh,
Yes, that should be our tagline.
uh, let's see. Oh, Bristolian Dave. He says, all right, me babbers. Oh, yes, Dave. You have to forgive me, Dave. I'm a little knackered today. Let's see. Oh, we got Nefarious. Hey, Neff. Hope you're doing well. Sugar, whenever I hear K cups, a silly voice in the back of my head whispers, is that Hooters for coffee? I have I have never been to a Hooters. Never been to one.
You, sir, are missing out.
No, I've never
They they have buffalo style chicken. Just the wings.
but see, now you just make me want to avoid it, Clay.
But they
I feel like
also
I'm
have
not
Hooters.
missing out.
So, you know, they balance each other out.
I've heard just the chicken and stuff's just okay. It isn't like anything like amazing.
I don't think people are going there for the chicken.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've never been there. I've never been to a strip club. I've never been to a lot of places.
You are a paragon of virtue.
Apparently, I'm just like a
We're learning a lot
priestly
about you
figure.
today.
Hmm.
Your
What is
caffeine avoidance.
whoa, Neff? He says Chris is a commie. Where did this come from, Nefarious? How dare you, sir? I take that as an insult.
Is that all
I
because you've never been to Hooters?
yeah. Like, what is going on? I don't know. That came out of nowhere. He just came at me. Peanut butter stout. That sounds like a one-way ticket to the bowl.
You're not wrong, Pedro. You are
Uh,
not wrong.
I had Taco Bell the other day for the second time ever.
That
Um,
also
uh,
sounds like a one-way ticket to the bowl.
I didn't. It did. I always heard that, but it didn't affect me. I had a couple chicken. I had two chicken quesadillas, three cheese, those cheese wraps, a thing of fries, and then I bought my mom some sort of cinnamon swirl things, like dessert things. and she
I
likes. I had one or two of them just to try them. They were basically just cinnamon toast crunch, is what it
I am
tasted like
sick to my stomach just hearing that.
to me. uh, but yeah, I mean, it didn't bother me none. I guess. Let's see.
Maybe
I
you're
guess
not as
because I
sensitive
always
as
eat.
I think. I take that back. You have an iron constitution, an iron stomach.
I guess because I always eat just horrible stuff.
You
Let's see.
built up a
No
tolerance.
Hooters for the food.
Thank
Oh.
you, Pedro. That's what I'm saying.
And he says commies can't handle spicy food.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I never heard of that, but all right. Let's see. Uh, but anyway, before I get gabbing on too much about this all stuff, let me bring up what we're supposed to be talking about here.
oh yeah, yeah. We're here for
Bring that up real
talking.
quick. Yeah. Let's see. So I'll bring that up so people can get a little eye full. Speaking of Hooters.
You said it, not me.
Oh, still starting to nav. He says, "How's Mavericks coming along? I need to know what my favorite mech design is capable of in battle. Damn you for that cliffhanger, but also kudos for the quality of your project." Yeah, yeah, I will say yes. Well done, Neff, with Mavericks. At least now I haven't got to read it. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read it, but with what I got and everything that came in and all that stuff, it turned out real nice. Um, Oh, yeah. Speaking of mechs, I'm excited to see that Armored Core is coming back to games. I'm going to be playing that. I have a feeling that game was so much fun back in the day. What are they talking about now? Pear-shaped Hooters. Those are ready for retirement. Literally Hooters. What? Oh my god. Hooters is an American institution until Chris takes a photo. Ew, buffalo style chicken with the Hooters girls. I will be convinced he prefers boiled cabbage to capitalism. Oh Lord, I don't even know where the nearest Hooters is. Oh, there's Pale Rider. Pale Rider, is there a Hooters in New Orleans? Maybe I can swing by there. You won't see me with buffalo style chicken though. Looking down at the Oh, there's Aerith. Hello, hello. Says Neff is correct. Oh, I'm being ganged up on now. Herrera says Chris 14 Casey is 4 Prius 3 Mexican pizzas. Yeah, it was on like lunch.
You got to go to the gym to stay that trim.
That's right. Yeah, I was gaining weight, but since I've started going to the gym, I'm maintaining now. In fact,
There you go.
I'll have you know, Pale Rider, I'm pretty sure I've lost weight. Yeah. When I first bought my scale from Walmart, the old scale, and I had it down here, and I would stand on it, and it would say 200. I moved it upstairs and everything, and moved the little slider back to zero and everything. But I recently weighed myself, and I'm at 180.
Nice.
So apparently I might have lost weight. Let's see.
Burning those calories.
Anyway, I'm rambling. Mr. Clay.
Yes.
I got to get us back on track here because I'm all over the place. So we're here today to talk about this Carmilla Unbound that you've got up here on Kickstarter.
Yes, sir.
So what is it? Give us a pitch.
It's a great question. All right, so Carmilla Unbound is a not safe for work thriller featuring the original literary vampire reborn in blood, sex, and magic. So little known fact, maybe becoming a more known fact. About 26 years before Dracula was published, there was a novella written called Carmilla by someone named Sheridan Le Fanu. And Carmilla is for people who thinks Dracula would have been better if it had more lesbians and was less long-winded. So the original literary vampire had some, shall we say, lesbian undertones, and enjoying a bit of a resurgence these days. She's there was a popular web series about her a while back. Hammer Horror, actually, Hammer Films did a trilogy about her back in the 70s, 60s, 70s. Anyway, she's kind of like coming into more popular awareness now. And Dave Schrader and I brought her back in our Nightmare Theater horror anthology, and thought it would be a great time to spin her off into her own series. So this is a one shot set in 1973. She's kind of a vampire Dexter, if you will. She does kill people, but they deserve it, and she gets up to some hijinks here in 1970s Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you about, if the Hammer films had any kind of influence. I remember back in the day watching the one with the female vampire, and it had
Yeah.
some lesbian connotations and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was based on Carmilla. So
Oh,
they call it the Karnstein trilogy. So she's Carmilla Karnstein, and yeah, they did a whole trilogy. I actually, believe it or not, I haven't seen those movies. I specifically didn't want to see like, I am going to check them out at some point, but I didn't want to watch them too early on because I didn't want them to like influence what we were doing.
yeah.
I wanted to make sure that what we did was different enough. And I think with our take on her as sort of like a female Dexter, I think makes her stand out from some of the other incarnations. Because now we came up with the idea several years ago, and then we started to put her in Nightmare Theater, and then we had some issues with the printer with Nightmare Theater that delayed that book, and we didn't want to launch this until that book had been delivered. So like while we were doing all of that, a few other comics have come out using Carmilla, but I think ours is pretty unique,
Oh, okay.
and features some great art by Ismael Canales and Alex Zeef.
Let me see here. Let's pay. You lost weight flushing out all that Taco Bell.
That'll do it. That will do it. 100%.
Oh, okay. So they do have a Hooters down at New Orleans. Maybe I can go to a Hooters in New Orleans when I go down there for the red dress run. Oh God, I gotta start figuring out how I'm gonna get there. I gotta go in August to New Orleans, Clay.
Right, to do
And
this
I,
red dress run.
yeah, and I've never been that far by myself before.
You can do it.
I'm a little
You can
nervous.
do it.
I'm a little nervous because I assume I'm gonna have to go on a plane, and I've never done that either.
Go wear the red dress on the plane and to Hooters and take video.
There we go. Yeah. Well, then all
Just
the
my
Hooters
humble
girls will get
suggestion.
jealous. All the
Yeah.
Hooter girls will get jealous. I don't know about
They
that.
might. They might.
I might show them up.
Well, you don't want to do that.
We got Grey Wolf Graphics. Hail. Let's see. Folks are talking to each other there. We got the link again. Thank you, Soul.
Thank you.
He says that live picture can't deny a lot of Kiss inspiration.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That was definitely a starting point. Like, so she's playing. Thank you. Yeah, she's so she's part of the stage act with this band called Vamp Helsing, and so they're all kind of like pretending to be vampires. She's actually a real vampire in a band of fake vampires. But yeah, Kiss was definitely a big inspiration, sort of that their stagecraft. And I know David, my co-writer, David Schrader, he sent Ismail a Kiss cover to sort of reference. And then, of course, Vamp Helsing, vaguely a play on Van Halen.
Yeah. Let's see. Sugar, I'm going to Rome on my own this July. You can do New Orleans. I believe in you. Oh yeah. I can do it. It's just gonna be. I'm just gonna be out of my element, like because the last time I went somewhere by myself, any kind of big distance was to DC, and that was a few years back, and I don't get to go out by myself much like that, so it'll be a little nerve wracking, I think, but I'll get through it, and it'll be worth it, to get out and see the world a little bit more. And once I get this house paid off, I plan on just making big trips, going to like Germany
Nice.
or mess with Seoul. Let's see. You'll be closer to strip clubs. Might as well go there. The high end ones have decent food, I hear, although it will probably be covered in glitter. What? Oh Lord! And then he
That's
says,
all it's
"Don't
covered
forget
in.
your bulletproof vest." Oh Lord! Yeah, there's Carmilla, the cat lady.
That's right. Yeah. So like Dracula, he transforms into a bat. Carmilla in the novella transforms into a cat. So she's Carmilla the cat lady.
Oh.
And we've got her in a little, Vampirella inspired outfit there.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason we decided to stick her in a band like this and make her part of the show was to sort of justify that outfit.
Yeah,
She's not just like a superhero wearing, an outfit.
yeah, just random, outfit like
Yeah,
that. Let's see. And she does the Aussie.
that's right.
Now I wonder, uh, you know, does like animal blood at all taste different for her than human ones? Does it taste like crap or something?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would imagine there's like different flavorings, but hot blood is hot blood, baby. But there's nothing like good human blood, like that's the creme de la creme.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay.
So she goes backstage after the show.
Oh, geez.
Uh
Yeah.
oh.
So now this brings up my next question. How
Yes.
NSFW is this?
It's a little NSFW. Like there's some. This is the backstage orgy, and then there's another sex scene that we didn't depict here, and then it's a little NSFW. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking like hard R, soft core.
No, no, not. I wouldn't call it. It may be like late night Cinemax. I don't know. Game of Thrones. It's not. It's not
Okay.
porn. It's definitely not
Okay.
porn. But I'd say Game of Thrones esque,
Okay.
Skinemax.
All right. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I think this is the most NSFW campaign we've had so far.
Oh, really? Oh, all right. Well, I'm I'm bringing the goods.
Yeah. There you go. Let's see. Yep. And she does an Aussie on stage. Yep.
That's right.
She's a female Lestat, says
Yeah,
Phil.
yeah, kind of like, and that's one of the things David and I talked about is the fact that like, it may sound great to live forever, but it's got to be a drag after a while, right? And so that's sort of some of the stuff we're dealing with her is people that she's loved and lost, and she's so the thing that kind of drives her and drives this story is that she's searching for the reincarnation of her long lost love from that novella, and she thinks she's found her in the 1970s in Los Angeles, and but she's being hunted by someone else. There's a bigger, badder vampire who's been looking for Carmilla, and maybe hiding in plain sight was not the brightest idea. So
Mm,
we've got some action, we've got some sex, we've got some vampirism, some rock and roll. We got it all, man. All packed in a tight little bundle, 26 pages.
so it says, I like how she thinks about the band members related to their individual heart rates.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was something that was cool to sort of figure out that like that's how she, listens to them and she
Yeah,
identifies them.
it's a little dehumanizing. Let's see.
So there we have all of our covers.
Oh, Eric the Guapo. Good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. He
Morning,
says,
Eric.
God bless. Well, I mean, Carmela might not like to hear that. I don't know. Does she operate on like classic vampire things where, the cross hurts her and stuff?
I don't recall that from the novella. It's been a long time, and we don't have any of that in the book. But it might be a nice thing to explore. Sort of like the myths of what people think about vampires versus like what might actually affect them. Like,
Yeah.
why does garlic affect vampires? I mean, I guess it does. That's pretty clearly established in Dracula, but. I mean, other than the smell, I guess they're just really sensitive to smell. I don't know.
Well, let's see. Chris, wait till after the stream to grab the lotion, you degenerate. I don't even have any lotion. Oh, jeez. He puts the lotion in the basket. Yep. Oh, we got Marinus. Hail, Marinus. Let's see. Hail, Marinus. Look, there's blood and boobs for you. There you go, Marinus.
Two great tastes that taste great together. Way better than peanut butter stout.
Oh, this is like a trippy one. Yeah, that fits the 70s
Yeah, that's Luca
time period
Strati.
there.
He's an Italian artist. I met him at New York Comic Con a few years ago. He did a cover for my book Dream Quest, and we thought it'd be perfect for this. And he just kind of killed it with that sort of 70s trippy
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. I like that. Let's see.
Yeah, and all of these, we sell as sets, but you can also get them individually as add-ons. So, like, if you bought the standard cover or whatever, you could add one of these on.
Okay.
And sorry, you can probably tell I'm a little under the weather, but I wouldn't miss this for anything.
Uh-oh. You getting a cold or something?
Getting over a cold. I'm on the mend. I'm on the mend.
Well, that's good. At least you're bouncing back.
Yeah, but now my kids have it, so
Oh,
it's all gonna go in a circle. I'm gonna get it
yeah.
again soon.
You'll get it back again.
Yep.
That's how it always goes. But that's how it happened. Like with my niece, she'd come back home and she'd get sick. Then my mom would get sick. Then I'd get sick. Then Dad gets sick. Then it go back to mom.
Then it goes back around in a loop, a vicious circle.
Let's see. We got Hojo. Hey, Hojo. Oh, Soul's back to the peanut butter stout. Sounds like a very quiet taste.
Very.
They're not letting your peanut butter stout go.
It's my fault. I brought it up again.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep. Now you're going to hear about it just like how I had to hear about the peanut butter coffee. Where as Soul
pretty
called it, my
disgusting.
candy coffee.
Yeah. Ice cream.
Yeah. So we got a comic here that you'd have to put one of those like NSFW bag and boards on.
Yes. This is the Mick Byers cover. Mick is my studio mate. Actually, I'm not broadcasting from my studio since my kids are homesick. I'm at home too, but yeah, he's my studio mate. He was the artist on Dream Quest, and he was just champing at the bit to draw Carmilla, and so he provided this cover for us, which we have 3 different versions of: safe for work,
wow.
not safe for work, and then very not safe for work.
Well, I mean, I have noticed, that these type of covers, the more revealing ones, do seem to get a lot of attention on Kickstarter. Folks seem to really like them. I mean,
Imagine that people dig it.
Who
Sex
does?
sells,
Yeah.
and that's
I'm a big
like
surprise.
we didn't, and nothing against some of the campaigns that do this, but we didn't just want to do not safe for work covers with like enormous breasts and just crazy out of proportion figures or whatever, but the Carmilla story, even when it was first published in the 1800s, very sexy, very it was maybe not erotica, but erotic. Like I said, had heavy lesbian undertones, and then of course Hammer Films did what they did with it, and there is sort of that tradition of this just sort of being, and even vampires. I think all of them have there is an erotic element to it. That creature that comes to you in the night and bites your neck. I think the sex and the death go hand in hand. So we decided to embrace it on this campaign.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What is he saying now? Let me see. Oh, Eric says he's fighting off something too. He said he had to call out today, can barely stand and have chills/fever. Oh gosh.
Feel better,
Yeah,
Eric.
hopefully we bounce back, Eric.
Glad you joined the stream.
Yeah, gosh, yeah, it seems like there's apparently something going around again. Who just says, I make beer. The only peanut butter stout I have enjoyed is from Terrapin.
Oh, I haven't had Terrapins. I'll have to check that out. I do know them.
Don't know nothing about it. Peanut butter and mayo sandwiches are a surprisingly good combo.
I would not have thought that, but
my dad was a big peanut butter man. He was always eating peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah. Peanut butter and jelly. It's a classic.
Let's see. Hojo says, normalize smut. Hojo's out there with his sign protesting. Normalize the smut. He says, it is good. Light mayo, creamy peanut butter, and toasted bread is a very guilty pleasure. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Peanut butter and white onion sandwiches are good too. Eric knows all about these peanut butter sandwiches.
Peanut butter and white onion. Interesting.
Yeah, he's just slinging all kinds of things together and trying them out. Sugar Chris nods like he's able to relate to being bitten in the neck at night. You work at night, that won't happen. Hey, you don't know what kind of crazy shit goes on night shift.
That's true. I've heard stories about the chicken factory.
You think I haven't had crazy drug people try and bite me? Oh, there's Sam.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Sleepy
sir.
Sim.
Yeah. Oh, I stayed up late, and here I am to rock you like a hurricane.
Uh-huh. You missed all the Hooters talk and coffee talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Never been to Hooters. Love talking about boobs and drinking coffee.
Well, hey, you came to the right campaign.
So how you guys doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just tired.
And
pretty good.
Hello, chat.
Let's see. My wife's grandfather hated peanut butter and would hide it in the refrigerator. Really?
Hide it in there. Okay.
Why would she hide it in the refrigerator so she didn't have to see it? She hated peanut butter. Wow.
Why would she hate peanut butter so much? Because she hated too much what she ate too much of it when she was a kid. You know, that type of thing when you're stuck eating that too much, and after that you can't eat it anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of kids, it's KD.
Let's see. So Chris did date that weirdo toxic butt girl. She sounded like a butt.
Hey,
yeah.
Sam, it's vampires, and you're late.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, vampires, Sim. This is your thing. She doesn't have a purple trench coat, but she does she does have.
Do one comic book
Purple
about
cape.
vampires, and now it's your thing.
She's got the purple outfit.
Yeah, she's got purple outfit, just not a trench coat.
Yeah, I love purple. Looks evil.
Let's see. She sounds like a biter. Sim just woke up. Yep. Of course,
Yep.
of course. But the grandfather's dog loved peanut. Oh God.
Let's just say, I said it before. I missed last show because I'm on antibiotics and it screws your sleeping schedule. And sometimes it's just, I'm not waking up. It just happens. And so, like, as much as sometimes I won't be able to go to bed. Antibiotics does a little number on your system. But I'm feeling better. From the reason I'm taking antibiotics.
Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Now it's interesting. Like I like this little options where you can get like the whole library of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we wanted to make that, like you can buy all those things a la carte as add-ons, but we wanted to give like a little deal if you just, if you're a digital only backer and you just wanted to get a lot of things for a great price. So we've got that one at $39, and then we've got another one that's a little beefier bundle that you'll get at $69.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, look at all them books you're gonna get for that money.
I saw that Clockwork Orange cover.
Yeah, that was Don Wynn drew that, and we were just kind of thinking of like what's a movie from kind of that era that also sort of mixes violence and sort of synonymous with that time. So it's not a vampire movie, obviously, but just something with a cool visual from that era, and Don really did a great job with it. And we've got that original art is available too. We've got original art for 3 of our covers that are available.
So Dave says, "Get well
Very
soon,
reasonable
Sim."
prices.
Thank you, Dave. And no, the pills don't come with M flavor, so.
Let's see. What the hell? All you people have the plague.
No,
Okay.
dude.
It doesn't spread through the internet though.
I said, no, guy, I have Crohn. So once in a while, so shit happens. Or don't.
Literally.
No, but,
Dave says, "I had to step away, start the stream again for me."
All right, back to 1, everybody. Back to 1. We're
Roll
going
it
again.
back.
That's right.
Let's start all over for Dave.
Pulling out the Men in Black light switch.
Dave thinks because his country once colonized everybody, he just can tell everybody what to do. Let's see. I read that. Wait, hold on. I found out they do CBD olive oil now. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing about all that. Let's see. No, watch the replay. We're not rescheduling because you have the attention span of a fly. Let's see. I had to attend to my dogs and the bastard kids down the street setting them off. Oh, you pricks. Sim, you said EMP. Your H doesn't
I
work
said
like a true
instead of
friendship.
hemp. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed that.
As long as you get amped up, I'm good.
Let's see. Oh, Dagozipa! He says,
What's
"Hello,
up?"
everyone, and up the irons. Just switched to the stream, and the first word was vampire. Destiny,
I
definitely."
was gonna say, hey, here's my favorite German.
Yep, we have a vampire book on the stream today, Mr. Dagozipa, called Carmilla Unbound. Yeah. So if you like some vampire women making out with other women and boobies, this might be up your alley.
It just might be. You never know. If you're into that kind of thing, sex and violence.
Yeah. Let me scroll down here. Where did I leave off at?
So what is it? It's you keep going through the freaking thing so fast.
Yeah, because I'm going back to where I was. Let's see. Oh, okay. So is there a hardcore?
So it's Carmilla. Okay.
Yeah. We debuted her in Nightmare Theater 2, which was the second volume of our horror anthology. And so we had Emanuele Taglietti, who's an Italian fumetti master, do the cover for us. That's his cover featuring Carmilla. And so we're offering that version of the Nightmare Theater 2 cover with this campaign. So we've got a safe for work trade paperback, we've got a not safe for work trade paperback, and then this is the not safe for work hardcover. And again, all of those things, like you can buy the set like that, or you can mix and match because they're available as add-ons. That's a fantastic cover.
Oh, okay. What do they call those? There's when it's like a first appearance. What do they call them? Keystone.
Yeah, a key
like
issue,
that.
right?
Yeah, something like that.
That's right. You can get Carmilla's first appearance in Nightmare Theater Volume 2, which by itself is a fantastic book, but also worth getting for the Carmilla story.
Let's see. We got Eric says, I like all of those things.
Great taste, Eric.
I was gonna say other
not blood. What's him?
I was gonna say other than she's a vampire and the fact that you guys already discussed the fact that she has a set of boobs.
Mm-hmm.
What makes this vampire different from any other vampire books?
So you missed that part of it. So this is she's like a vampire Dexter. All right. So she does prey, she does kill people, but only people who really deserve it. So we've added kind of like a bit of a thriller element to it, just to kind of set it apart. If you're familiar with that show, Dexter. And yeah, so that sort of makes it a little bit different, I think.
Okay.
That's our take on it.
We got a sketch cover too.
Yes, so both Don Wynn, who did the Clockwork Orange cover, he's offering up some sketch covers. Mick Byers, my studio mate, who did one of those covers we were looking at before, he's got a sketch cover you can get. And like I said, he's my studio mate, so I see all the stuff people ask him to draw. He says he will draw anything for money, and I can confirm that is true. The guy will draw anything. I see the shit.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just saying. If you're,
with this bunch in the chat, I don't know if I'd put that out there. Anything. And
try him.
Wink. Oh, geez. Dave says boobies are good. Yes.
True story.
Soul, is there a specific reason why you didn't let me know about this much sooner? Yeah, Soul, what are you doing? Uncle Ziffer, the fictional band in the book is inspired by kids. Yeah. Come on, why ain't you letting Uncle Ziffer know what's going on, Soul? Jeez. Is there a reason to invite you to these? You're subbed to bring up whenever you want. Unless you want to come over, in which case I'll let you know. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Sim, but does your vampire have a long black coat?
Maybe I need to get her in a long black coat. We'll see. The next one shot, we'll put her in a long black coat. We're planning on doing several of those.
Be careful. You might get a seat in this.
Oh, okay. We will avoid the long black coat. We will stay very far away from the long black coat. But the idea is that we can do a bunch of different one-shots with her set in different time periods. So this one is 1973, but maybe we'll go back to, I don't know, the 1600s, the 1700s. She'll show up during the American Revolution. Who knows?
Yeah, do anything with her.
We can do absolutely anything. We can go to the far-flung future and do something with her. So the future is bright for Miss Carmilla.
And why did you pick the name Carmilla?
So it's based on an old novella. It predates Dracula by about 26 years.
I know there's movies
And
about it. That's why I'm asking.
yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that's been based on it. So Hammer Films did that trilogy, the Karnstein trilogy, based on it. So this is the same character,
So it's technically a public domain character.
It is a public domain character, yes. We've kind of taken her and putting our own little spin on it.
Let's see. Clockwork Orange homage without H, just for Sim. Cover is a nice touch.
Yeah, it's not my fault in French. The H is mostly mute.
Yeah, people seem to like that cover. It sold well for us.
Dave says it's nice to see more reasonable postage for us overlords on a campaign.
Yeah, I always hated that international postage was so high, and for the longest time there like wasn't anything I could do about it because I had to charge what the post office charged us. But I've started using Pirate Ship, and they have a special feature. It's weird, like you don't automatically get these rates; you have to ask for them. But they have lower rates for international shipping. I think maybe it takes a little longer to get there. But it's really not all that much longer, and it's about $10 cheaper a package than what the post office would charge us. So, yeah, it's nice to be able to offer those discounts.
That's probably what they call the land option, and that takes between a month to 3 months max.
Yeah, I mean they say it's like a matter of a few weeks. So, I mean, I guess it's possible that it could take up to that long. Even Media Mail, they say, like, delivery times aren't guaranteed. I mean, I guess even technically with Priority Mail, they say it's usually 2 to 3 days, but they guarantee nothing.
But Priority is it's Express is 1 to 2 days. Priority is up to 2 weeks. Could be 1 to up to 2 weeks. When you go land, it's between a month to 3 months. During COVID, it went up to almost 6 months.
Oh wow, yeah, that I believe for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But people,
it would take 2 months Priority back during COVID. It was sick.
Right. Yeah.
But if you had a company and you ship Express, it would still take 2 days. Wow. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how I found my way around it with Blood Hunt. So yeah.
Yeah, there were some places we couldn't get books to during COVID. You just they just wouldn't get delivered. In fact, yeah, I had one guy in South Africa somewhere who I kept trying to ship him books, and they just kept getting returned. They would just not be delivered. Oh, hey, Dave just texted me. He said he's backstage. Do you see him there? Did he?
Oh, is he? I don't see him.
He might be in the wrong backstage. Let me see. We got a couple of different links. Let me let them know.
Yeah, he didn't pop in like Sim did. I don't see him in there, down there.
All right, he might be in the other one. I'm telling him the right one.
Alrighty.
We'll see.
Follow Clay anything Adams.
That's me. Give me a follow. Give me a follow. But yeah, we were really happy to be able to offer lower shipping for international, and people have been getting their packages pretty quickly overseas. So it's not. I haven't really noticed any kind of difference.
So how many pages is this?
So this book is 26 pages, I believe. So it's like a regular size comic, one shot. I think once you we'll have a little bit of extra material in the back, so it'll be probably the final thing will be roughly 32. That's kind of the max for
Okay.
Comics, once you know, like if you're doing offset printing, like once you go over 32, it's like it's a whole different price point.
Let me
And that's
see.
so with Nightmare Theater 2, we did a poster version of so the story there was called Carmilla Comes Again. And so we have translated that into Italian since our artist here was Italian,
Yeah.
and made a little fake movie poster that we sold with the Nightmare Theater 2 campaign, and we have that for sale. It's a limited edition poster, looks gorgeous, and
Yeah, it
we
has
have a
like
limited
yeah,
number.
well, yeah, it works. It has like that Hammer film vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Let's see.
That's
The
what it is
wrong
about it.
backstage. Is that code for something?
It is.
Bristolia Dave says, I'm not backstage. I didn't text you. He says, oh, different Dave. Chris always has someone backstage. Lies. Here we go. Here's Mr. David.
Hey, there he is.
What did I miss?
Average.
We're starting over. It's all good. It's all good.
No.
We've already started over once. We're just going to do it again.
Clay, did you fuck this up for us?
Oh man, did I botch it? Yeah.
Okay, great.
He's already promising anything
Save
and
me.
everything to everyone.
Well, I think one of our tiers was eternal life, and I don't know how we're going to promise that to people, but it's
It's gonna be
a high
gonna be
level
tough.
tier. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll just
$10,000.
clam up here. Where are you at in
Please don't.
this explanation here?
I was talking about the poster, the Taglietti poster.
This poster right now.
Oh, yeah, it's a good poster.
It's a beautiful poster.
Well, one thing you could do for Eternal Life, you could draw them into the book. They'll be
That's
forever,
true.
forever
That is
eternally.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
We didn't think about that, Clay. Maybe we add that tier.
You know.
Yeah,
you,
I mean,
you could do they get you know, like I did in Blood Hunt. They die in the book. It's a vampire book.
It's just
Get Camilla to kill them.
Yeah,
You know,
no vampire in the book.
maybe the next one for sure. Like, I think that's a really good idea. Like, you know, if you want to be killed by Carmilla,
I don't know. It was very popular. Die in the book. People really like that.
because they don't have to die. They don't have to die in real life.
But you know, if you're gonna have a cameo, Matt, you know, if I'm telling you, hey, you're gonna have a cameo in a zombie book, what do you want to do? You either want to beat a zombie, or you want to die by a zombie.
yeah, absolutely. You want to get bitten.
Yeah.
Well, so that's what I wonder. Maybe we can do like a pinup or something, since because the story's done. It's 100% done. But maybe we can add a pinup to the back. You know, pinups of you getting bitten.
Yeah. I mean, you know, who wants to just be like, oh, I'm in the book just standing there doing nothing? Or do you want to be in the book getting ripped apart?
Yeah, you want to be ripped apart, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's funner.
David,
Yeah.
Very Late Schrader. What do you think about this? I saw you laughing, so that either means it's a good idea or it's a terrible idea.
It's a good idea. I think with Baby Badass, when I did Baby Badass Returns, we had the draw in tier, which is pretty cool. People like that.
I killed so many people in Blood Hunt. It's not even funny.
You gotta be careful if that gets taken out of context.
Yeah, it happened.
I was one of those people, and it was bullcrap. I should have won.
Dude, you turned into a werewolf. Vincent killed your ass in a cool fucking way.
He cheated.
What? Because he used bludgeoning? He broke into a mist of blood and rematerialized it inside you and blew you to shreds? It was fucking awesome.
He used filthy magic.
He used you from a pinata and broke you from the inside.
He was a cheat.
Gentlemen,
Blood.
Hey, this is kind of dark for the morning, but I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how he died in the book. Like he paid to be a werewolf and died in it.
Yep.
But he keeps saying that the werewolf should have won, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, he should have.
No, because otherwise it would have been the werewolf guy's book, not Vincent.
Exactly.
That's an entire different price to have me draw a book about you.
We got Marv saying, wow, what's that? Greetings, sinners. Well,
So-
this is Carmilla Unbound.
Greetings, Marv. This is our Carmilla Comes Again poster, available with the Carmilla Unbound campaign.
Well, how about we go back and hit the pitch and all again for maybe David could give it to us, since we've got a couple new folks in and everything, and they're wanting to know what it's all about.
Go for it.
It's basically like she's a Victorian era Dexter, you know. The thing I like about vampire tales sometimes is just the idea of living forever sounds great in theory, but it could actually be maybe beyond boring, or you're trying to figure out what to do with your centuries, and eventually she becomes a bit of a vampire vigilante. So it's for people who thought Dracula was would have been better with more lesbians and not as long-winded. I think that's Clay's take on it. I'm sure you already talked about Carmilla, the novella, right, Clay?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's got a really fancy pedigree, and then we kind of just jazzed it up a little.
Okay. Yeah. Clay speaks for the everyman, the average man. He's like, lesbians, not as much talky, more kissing with women.
Well, he's the one that told me about it, and I remember when we were talking about Nightmare Theater, you know, and Carmilla Comes Again was in Nightmare Theater 2 as a short, but we talked about Carmilla as an idea and bringing it back because, he goes, this book, Carmilla, and I've never heard of it. It's like she's a lesbian vampire. She kind of feeds on girls, and she can turn into a cat. It's kind of a crazy novel. And I just stopped him. I said, wait a minute, are you telling me that there's a lesbian vampire that predates Dracula and it's a public domain character and we haven't done a book on her yet? So that started even before Nightmare Theater, and it's been in the works for a while. So we're just really happy to finally bring it to light. Excuse the pun. It's a lot of fun because, you know, you kind of get the blood and sex and violence, but you also get her being someone that's trying to do something good with her powers too, in a really kind of fucked up way.
Now, have you explored like her origins before in like the previous book or anything?
In Carmilla Comes Again, we actually the girl finds a diary, and it's in different languages and stuff, and she kind of reads through some of her musings, and you get a little backstory there that's from the novella. And I think we may dive into that later a little more. It's just kind of hinted at in this story. She talks about her maker, her mother's maker, and this is someone that's kind of like the bad guy that we don't really see in this story, but he's kind of hovering around. You get the sense that he's been hunting her. And so, you know, she's got centuries of backstory that you can go to. And Clay, you may have talked about this already, and I apologize if you did, but the cool thing about this with Kickstarter, sometimes it's hard because people, if they serialize a book, say, you know, issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it might be a year in between issues, it might be 6 months in between issues. But with Carmilla, they're standalones, but we drop in on her in different eras and we jump around. The next one might be in 1874 or in the future. You can just kind of go back and forth through the timeline, but it's still the same character and some of the same overarching themes, but you don't have to pick it up and read it like it's a serialized book.
Okay. And what's kind of cool is we've sort of started this thing. I don't know if we want to continue this, Dave, but we've sort of started like going backwards, right? So Carmilla Comes Again, her first appearance actually happens after this story, but very kind of set very closely in time. So it's not far after the story, but we've gone back just a little bit, and so we can keep going backwards. We can jump way backwards. We can jump way forwards. There's lots to explore maybe before we get to the final confrontation with the big bad.
And she's the original vampire, and that's what's cool because there's Vampirella, there's Draculina now, there's of course like the horror hostesses and things like that kind of play on that same motif, but she is the original literary vampire. So everyone else can get out of the way. She's the original badass vampire.
She predates Dracula, but there was Vampire before her
in
18 something. I'm just making sure. Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure Clay, the literary
that's the thing. There was Vampire before this in 1816 or something like that, but she does predate that Dracula.
Yeah.
Oh, she predates Dracula. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, who knows about vampire? 'Cause you're going way back.
I don't know
way
about it.
back.
Come on.
Everyone forgot about
That don't
that.
even count. Come on.
Hey, it came out around the same time as Zorro, I think.
Oh, okay.
Come
Oh.
on.
The original Zorro. The Curse of Capriciano, something like that.
That's awesome. Hey, that could be another book. Maybe they meet up.
Yeah.
So, like I did with Blood Hunt, counter 3. That's fun. Douglas Ziffer says, Clay, the covers are all fantastic. Clockwork Orange is, of course, the hit, but I like number 7 a little better. The poster could also be from a Dario Argento film.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we think all the covers are great, and yeah, the Clockwork Orange poster or cover has been a really big hit, and yeah, that movie poster is sweet.
And part of that was because, Nightmare Theater was an anthology based on cinematic horror. So things that are inspired by horror films. And we like the idea of Carmilla set in 1973, and Clockwork Orange was 1973 and or 71. It's around the same era. So I definitely wanted to do something with that. And it came out really, really cool. And that's Don Wynn that did that version.
Scrolling up here, showing off some of the interiors a little bit. Let me see here. We got Soul posting the link for Sin Killer, number 1 of 4. Yeah, for Marv. Thank you, Soul. Good on it. Good on you. We got, of course, posting the link for Carmilla Unbound again. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sugar, you managed to get 2 different pitches today, and you didn't even have to do anything for it, aside from getting Dave out of the backstage.
I was trapped in there like the Phantom Zone.
Ah.
I have a question. So this
You're
is
like
not an
Sonic.
adaptation. This is not an adaptation of that novella. It's what follows after. Technically, you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's the story is set in 73, so she's been around for a while. And in this case, she's kind of hiding in plain sight. She's part of this rock. Did you already explain a little bit of the story, Clay? Or
Yeah,
no?
but go ahead, man. It's an hour later.
Everybody
There are new people
So
here.
it's kind of like a Kiss type band. It's called Vamp Helsing. So they're like fake vampires, and there's blood on stage, and she comes out and does her thing. But yeah, so we like the idea of being able to jump around and see her progression. She basically spent a long time just sucking blood and being hedonistic, and then finally realized maybe I should do something with this power and this life that I have. And so she kind of becomes this vigilante.
Yeah, that does bring up a question. The novel, the actual novel itself, is that like canon in your version?
Yeah, we're trying to stay as true to the novel as we can, but also like not being a slave to it. You know what I mean? Like if we need to deviate, we will. But this is the thing that stood the test of time. So it's like, why deviate from it too much if we don't have to? Yeah, we are kind of treating it like that's her backstory.
Okay.
Just a quick question, because when I was doing a little quick research.
Yeah.
You guys are aware about the Dark Horse series that just came out in January?
Yeah. So
Is that
like
the
Dave
Amy?
and I were
Is that
talking-
the Amy Chu
Amy
one
Chu?
or no?
Yeah, the Amy Chu one.
Yeah. I mean, things happen like that. We talked about Carmilla about 5 years ago or 4 years ago, and it's just one of those things. But it's a
No, that's why I'm asking the differences. If it was a retelling of the novella, because they started with the novella, I think.
Yeah, no, we're totally doing something completely different. I think hers is set in New Orleans, right? I thought so. I know that she did like a retelling of it.
Because I doubt they're going into the vigilante area in there.
Right.
That's why
we
I'm
kinda
asking
thought-
you guys.
We kind of thought taking that kind of angle, like that Victorian era Dexter, the vampire Dexter, it would set it apart from some of these other things. Because then, there are, like Dave said, we started talking about this a long time ago. And then, getting the wheels moving, putting her in Nightmare Theater 2, the printing problems we had with that book that delayed this launch for a little bit. It kept us from getting to market as quickly as maybe some of these other things. But yeah, there's the Dark Horse series that came out in the meantime, and then also I think a couple of different magazines that have used her as like an Elvira or Vampirella style hostess. I think there are at least 2, possibly 3 versions of that out there that exist.
There was a
but we
Canadian
think
web.
ours
There's a
is
Canadian
unique.
web series too
Yeah.
that a few years ago, and there's been I think a movie in 2020, but it was a pretty faithful adaptation. It was a little dry. It was a little, it's interesting because the novella, I think Clay pointed out, is it kind of leaves things mysterious in a lot of ways. It's interesting the way it's written, but it's the movie I thought was pretty faithful to that, and it wasn't like something that was overt. There wasn't like a lot of blood. It wasn't like a vampire type tale. It was more of a little love story, actually.
Yeah, let me check the chat here. Marv says Taglietti is one of my favorite artists. I'm so glad that he's on Instagram.
Man, his stuff is so good. I love seeing it pop up on my feed.
Dunko Ziffa says lesbian vampires is just like cold beer. It doesn't need a single word. You guys totally won me over.
That's going to be the subheader. It'll be Carmilla Unbound, cold beer.
Let's see. Check out the interiors and campaign cons pictures when you ever even more. The Aussie thing with the bat is awesome, says Marv.
Marv, there's actually something about that. It's funny. Clay's original line in that was, after she does that, the stagehand's like, geez, at least Ozzy uses fake bats, right? But I did some research on it, and Ozzy didn't use a fake bat. Someone threw a bat on stage. He thought it was a fake bat. It was a dead live, not a live bat, but a dead one, but a real one. And it also was much later. I think it was like 1980 or something. So we had to change it, and the guy just says, "Oh, that seems pretty unsanitary." So it's a nod to Ozzy, but it was actually predated Ozzy.
Follow David backstage trainer. Oh Lord. So how many more do you plan on doing with Carmilla?
As many as the readers demand. We will, as long as people want it, as long as people want lesbian vampires, by God, we'll give them lesbian vampires.
Well, you'll probably be doing this comic till you're 80 then.
Well, I mean, we are trying to grow it. She's a cool character. There's a lot to do with it. So obviously we just want to kind of grow it and do wilder and crazier things with it. Talk about the Flops cover, Clay.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's also been a really good seller for us. And
he's got such a cool like retro style. Like his even just the veneer of it looks like the old comic newsprints.
Yeah, this is the one I'd probably end up getting out of all of them myself.
It's called Carmilla Caught from Behind.
Of course.
Naming the covers is actually one of the joys of doing these campaigns.
And then there's the Clockwork Orange one that everybody seems to be liking. Bloodline Comics.
that's us.
Let's see. All right. And
then
are the books all already made?
Yeah, so they haven't been printed yet, but the book is 100% complete. We're just we're waiting on the final numbers from the Kickstarter, so we know exactly how many to order. But it's going to go to print very soon. Hope to have it in hand. This printer, we're using a brand new printer, not the same one that did Nightmare Theater, and this one we're working with has much quicker turnaround times. So unfortunately, the word has started to get out about this printer, and so their turnaround times are getting slightly longer, but it's still reasonable. So we hope to have it in hand pretty quick, be able to turn this around quickly and get it in people's hands.
I actually forgot. I I might have actually picked this one though as the one I'd probably get. I
Oh,
do
yeah,
like
that's
this
a good
one.
one, too.
It fits the time period, and it's got
Get
that
them all,
trippy look
Sugar
to it.
Chris.
And
Get
it's
them
pretty
all.
cool.
That's the Luca Strati one. I love it too because it's a virgin cover. He puts Carmilla, the name, in the image, and it looks like one of those like 70s San Francisco kind of posters, and
Yeah.
it just kind of fits well because our story takes place
Yep.
in Los Angeles, but Carmilla comes again, which is after that. She goes up to San Francisco, so it's kind of there's some synergy there.
Did you hear that, Marinus? Even crazier things are planned. More boobage, probably too.
We haven't thought of that. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
We're giving us stuff to think about.
Let's see. Then there's the.
I don't think we'd be the only people that think about those things. It seems like that's something that goes all through history. The Mick Byers threesome covers.
Who's the character here with her?
That's Alex. That's the girl that she meets in the beginning of the story. She, the thing is, she's searching for the reincarnation of her long lost love, which is Laura in the novella. And so Carmilla also plays with anagrams a lot in the novella. She's Merkala, the Countess Karnstein. And so in Carmilla Comes Again, she meets a girl named Aurel, and it's Laura, with the letters spelled around, changed around. And in this story, she meets this girl. They kind of have a fling, and she thinks she might be the one, but she's maybe not. So something might happen to her. We don't know, but you have to get the book to find out. It's pretty bloody.
It is. Blood, sex, and magic. Sex, blood, and rock and roll. That's what we're all about.
You could have a digital option here to get all of the books, which I think is a pretty cool addition. And there's that Baby Badass you were talking about earlier.
That's a cool book. That's
my first comic. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we've talked to Clay before, and we've got his backstory, but we haven't. You're new to the show, David. We don't know your backstory.
Oh, my backstory. It's very interesting.
It's good. Your supervillain origins now.
Bitten by a radioactive spider.
That old hat. I was a stand-up comedian for a while, and then I moved out to LA. Was writing and did some films. My first feature, I was in my early 20s, called NoHo. It's on Amazon if you want to look up the NoHo 25th anniversary edition. Kind of like a Slacker meets Clerks type of movie. So I was into the film. And then I did a movie with Clay back in 2004 called Bloodline. That's why it's called Bloodline Comics. And Lionsgate put it out. It's a horror film. So I co-directed and co-wrote with Keith Caloris, my friend. And it was kind of like a Friday the 13th meets Memento type of story. It was a really fractured timeline, low budget horror, but a pretty cool little horror film. And so I kind of was writing scripts and doing pitches, and I've made films and short films, and that's kind of my creative outlet. But I had an idea with a friend of mine, Christian Horn, who runs a great podcast called Part-Time Fanboy too. And I don't know how it came up. There might have been magic cookies involved, but we were talking about how funny it would be if like a little baby was just like jumping around and kicking people's ass and, kind of and this is before the Yoda scene, I think, that, when he was flipping around with his lightsaber back in the prequels. And so we talked about it and joked about it. And he even created a couple little cards and concepts and some art. And we eventually tried to do like a web comic, and that faltered. We pitched it to Spike TV and Comedy Central. And then eventually I said, we just need to make it. So I got an artist named Tim Larson, who his style really fit. It's like a really grindhouse type of look. And so this story, Baby Badass, was about a super soldier that was developed in a lab in the future. And he doesn't fully form, so they're going to pull the plug, but he escapes the lab. So he has all the strength of like 50 to 500 men, depending on like his rage level. So he's a little bit of Captain America, a little bit Hulk, but he's trapped in the body of a baby. And he's a badass former Marine, and he tries to figure out where he is, and he finds out it's the future. It's like 2043. And so he's on the run with this sexy waitress, and it's a really fun book. It's kind of crazy. There's 3 issues that got put out by a publisher that is now we're in a legal dispute with about 30 other creators with this publisher.
Oh, God.
So yeah, so it's kind of like in limbo. I did do a Kickstarter for the Baby Badass Returns in 2018, but since then I can't really do anything with it until this gets resolved. And there's big plans for it. We had a lot of pitch meetings to sell it, but because of the publisher issue, we have to kind of like wait on it. So in the meantime, Nightmare Theater and Carmilla and a book I did called Cannibals on Mars last year came out, and a book called Henchmen that I'm working with Peter Murrieta, who's a big time showrunner. He's the creator of that book, and that got optioned by Universal NBC as well. And so yeah, the comics to me was just something that I got back into more as an adult, and I had to play catch up and read all the great ones and kind of, you know, get back into the scene and you know, learn about the indie scene a lot. Charlie Stickney was a big influence. Clay, I think, introduced me to Charlie, who does White Ash, which is a great book if you guys have covered that or know that book and that series. But just seeing what you can do on Kickstarter and kind of control your own destiny is pretty cool. And that's why Bloodline Comics exists, because, you know, a lot of these publishers, it's not worth it. It might get into Diamond, it might get into some stores, but ultimately, if you're not really owning what you're making, it can be a hindrance.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds, hopefully, you know, you get that all resolved. I know the courts can take a long time to
They do.
fix.
They do. I'm a patient man. Baby Badass is such a unique story that I don't really worry about it. Although there was a book that just came out, Clay, right, with like a zombie baby and a stripper, and it was very similar in a lot of ways.
Similar, yeah.
It's very similar, but you know, I guess if my book's on the sidelines, someone else is gonna like try to fill that void. But it's, yeah, I'm excited eventually to revisit that, and I got big plans to finish the whole arc and the next volume. But this is keeping me busy enough, and I have a 2-year-old baby too, so that's my backstory right now. Dealing with a baby.
2-year-old baby can.
I have
give
my
you
own baby badass.
inspiration and ideas for the book.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh, I every time I hear about a baby kicking people's ass, I think of the movie Kung Pao, where where they go to kill the chosen one, and he's still a baby, and he's like flipping around and kicking him in the face.
What year was that? When would that come out? That sounds somewhat familiar.
Kung Pao, gosh, that's been around for a long time.
Is that an 80s movie?
No, 90s.
90s
No,
movie.
2002.
Oh, okay. I got to see that.
He's like, baby, and the villain's getting ready to kill him, and it just flips around. And he's like kicking him in the face, and tries to grab him and pulls his diaper down and pisses him.
Well, Baby Badass is funny because he's clearly not a baby, so he's at all the wants and needs of a 33-year-old badass Marine, and he rips people's hearts out. There's a sequence in the first issue, which you can get in this reward because it's the highbrow version, which was my self-published version, the first one. And I mean, it's pretty. He pulls a guy's spine out, like through, like he rips his whole spine out. And yeah, he's a strong little guy, but it's pretty graphic.
A man with the power of the Hulk, but with a tiny little baby profile, so
Yeah.
you can't even hardly hit him because he's just gonna be zipping around.
Oh yeah, no, he's a badass. What can I say?
It's a fun book.
Dunkel Ziffa says a nice and fitting cover song for Carmilla on your next tour would be "We Bite" from the Misfits.
Nice. Maybe I've seen people do this on Kickstarter campaigns. They do like a Spotify playlist. Maybe we'll throw that in there.
Yeah, I when I was at a con, the Heroin Bird folks had one of the ladies that do videos with them. She had put out a comic, and it had throughout the book QR codes like in different spots, and it was songs that you could listen to because that was like supposed to be what was going kind of on in the moment, or like evoke a feeling while you're supposed to be reading that spot. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. Yeah. And Mike Murphy, he put out like playlist of songs that inspired him when he was writing his stories, like certain stories and stuff. It's cool how what people are doing to integrate like music into the whole experience.
I think Clay had that on. Was that on Dead Skins or something? You had a song made. Remember what was that for?
Oh yeah. Well, I made a song. Yeah. So I had a backup story. Oh geez, what was that? Was that an issue of Red Xmas? We did a backup story with Frida, our waitress character, and it was Yellow Ribbon Frida. It was a big hit in Mexico, made by the Mexican Michael Jackson, Miguel Wanson, and it was a big hit. We put it on record, put it on vinyl, and sold it during the campaign. And we've sold that MP3 a few times. Yeah,
that's cool. Let's see. Why don't you make a whole mixtape for Douglas Zipper?
Maybe we will.
He says, fantastic idea. That's exactly why I love you so much. Easy. We don't want Power to think you're you're sort of my gym buddy. Oh Lord. Yeah, I mean, good looking art on on all the covers.
The thing about the covers that I like is that they're all very distinctive. Sometimes you see covers in campaigns and they look like almost variations of the same thing, and these are all really different.
Yeah,
Ginger C
styles and things.
So there's something for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Now I do have a question. Obviously you said where you get sketch covers with these fellas signing on them or drawing on them. Could people get just a blank sketch cover?
Of course they can.
Okay.
This one here is a polar bear eating ice cream in the snow.
It's a popular request, actually.
It's very, very difficult.
And as we've already found out, some of these fellows will draw anything.
Mick will draw anything.
If you want to find out what Mick Byers will draw,
well, as long as you're willing to pay the price, right?
He will do it.
That's right. That's right. Now he does. It's funny because he was the artist on Dream Quest, which is another one of my books, and we had a guy buy a commission. Mick was doing these big poster-sized commissions, and we had a guy who bought it, and he kept asking well, are there any restrictions on what you'll draw? And Mick was like, no, look, I'll pretty much draw anything. What do you want? But what he asked for was ultimately so complicated, it was just a crap ton of characters that Mick had to be like, okay, well, hang on, that we can either do as a separate commission or you can pay more money and I can do that. But usually for some of these things, it's maybe one character, maybe two. But this was this guy wanted just the page filled with.
Yeah, it's one character, maybe two with a minimum background that's the starting price. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you add $50 a character usually
Right. So if you want something more complicated, it may be a little more money, but if it's something pretty basic, Mick will draw anything for money.
No, there's a hell of a difference between a drawing you can do in 10 to 12 hours. That one's that's going to take you a week.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see. What's this there? He says, has so much going for it, it's hard to count it all. Carmilla Unbound #1.
So did we get any new backers since we started the stream?
Sam, it's Kickstarter. I have no idea.
Yes, we did. So
how do you know? How do you know?
Because I pay attention to the amount of freaking backers and money.
No, we've gone down. We lost one during the campaign. We need somebody to come rescue us.
How did you lose one?
I think it's when I joined the stream. Unfortunately, that might have happened. I'm dragging the show down, guys.
Oh, really? You got a refund? I saw the numbers going up.
Yeah, it went down. It went down. We had a
Oh,
cancellation.
God. How did it
We were
go
at
down?
279.
Hey, at this rate, if we stay on, we can go all the way back down to zero, Clay.
I also forget that they stuck me into the Canadian money.
Oh yeah. That's tough to.
Yeah. That's the thing
Figure
that
out, though.
sometimes I get screwed over. I'm like, hey, that says 10K there. I'm at 13.
Yeah, my friend
278. Yeah.
my friend
Dang.
Fabio, he's in Italy, and
Mhm.
so there was one campaign we were doing, and he wrote me, and it was just like, man, I'm so sorry your campaign is not doing well, and like this is I really thought you were gonna get off to a better start than this, and blah blah blah, and then he realized like he was looking at it in the wrong currency, and then
Mhm.
was like, oh no, you're actually doing great, yeah, well done. So that can definitely mess with you, that
Mhm.
currency conversion.
Especially that I'm used to Indiegogo, and they give me give me the I'm locked into the American money usually.
Right.
Getting used
Yeah,
to
this
being
will
on
be up
stream.
on-
I just go.
This will be up
Go
on
ahead.
demand at some point, but
You know how
But-
to transfer. Or you're gonna change. You're gonna just do another campaign.
no, usually we put things up on in demand.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh man,
little
how did we
after
go
campaign
down and back
storefront.
there? That's gonna bug me. How did
Come
we
to
lose
the
it?
rescue, Morning Roast.
That's awful. Soul is correct. We just made it so that the people here don't think that I'm a second account of yours. Yes. We know that Uncle Zephyr that you're not Soul. We know. That was great. He probably still thinks it, or not. Who knows? Yeah, it's great. Who knows?
So it's like, Sam, I thought it's shown in French for you.
It might be.
Funny. Good
I
night.
never did play the trailer. Let's do that.
What?
Yeah, I haven't played the trailer yet. I'm gonna
You're an
play-
hour and a half in. I came in like 30 minutes late, and you still hadn't run the trailer.
We hired
I'm sorry,
a really.
Clay. I'm
we
sorry,
hired like
David. This
It's
is very
okay.
unprofessional from Chris.
I want to hear it, Sim. We had two.
And
Christmas.
this is
I
not
think
me
we're
talking.
cool.
This is Soul sending me messages through the DM. I am sorry for Chris's lack of professionalism. Now run the goddamn trailer.
We hired a really professional voiceover artist for the trailer, so I'm glad that you're going to play it.
True story.
It's probably Clay.
More professional than Chris. For sure.
She's crossed oceans and centuries searching for her one true love. After one night of passion, she thinks she's found her. A kindred spirit, a connection. But when the blood starts flowing, Carmilla, legendary creature of the night, isn't the only one feasting. How many more will die before the night is through? Carmilla Unbound, 1973.
Okay, I got a question.
Bring it.
So it says Carmilla with a C. Why does she have a K on her necklace?
Karnstein. Carmilla Karnstein.
Oh, cool.
The Countess Karnstein.
All right.
Because I was going to say, it would have been a cool thing to put the Carmilla with a K. Would have made it, inspired by the, thing, but their own twist
Right,
on it,
right.
and nobody could use it after.
That is true. Well, that's why it's Carmilla Unbound. Also,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
We lost. David?
made a little different.
he might
Oh,
be having
did
to
he
go
go?
take care of his kid.
Could be.
Yeah, I got one sick here too.
Sim,
Yeah, I
to
got-
be honest,
I
I was so entertained by the guests, the hosts, and the chat, I didn't notice the trailer hasn't been played, said Soul.
Shut
Oh,
up!
shucks. Thank
You're
you.
just ruining everything that you were telling me what to say.
Sim,
You suck,
Sim,
Soul.
he got 2 pitches from 2 different people. I think he's okay with a delayed trailer.
No, he's not.
Don't you speak for Soul. He can speak for himself.
I'm not speaking for Soul. I'm speaking from my soul to Soul. Shut up.
Oh, Lord. Let's see. Too silly one thought. I would like to have a comic of it so we could save the shipping costs again.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. They're gonna meet up. You're probably gonna get a delayed backing because they're gonna be talking, so they're probably gonna be double backing.
He says, Clay and Dave,
Oh, got
Dunkel
it.
Zipper, and I are going to meet and talk tomorrow. I think you have good chances to get a related backing. And Chris doesn't have to tell stories. Yay! I don't
Awesome,
have to tell
thank
any
you.
stories. Soul doesn't have to hear the red dress story again. Yay!
Yeah, we can definitely ship a couple of books together and save on shipping for you.
Yeah. So, how much is it to get one copy? Let's see. There we go. About $16. Is that any bad? It's not bad. I seen Canalis,
No.
Sim, and I immediately thought of Canalis.
Yeah, I did the same thing, but then I said it was Ismael Canales.
I was like, oh, it's a different Canalis.
It's weird. It's like 2 names from 2 guys I know in one. Like I know somebody called Ismael in the area, and I know somebody called Canales, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. Yeah.
Who is that fellow that did that trippy one, the 70s inspired cover? What was his name again?
Flops.
Flops.
Oh, you're talking about Lucas Strati.
Yeah. That's Flops was the retro.
That's
cover.
Flops right there. Yeah, the retro one. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Do like that one, but yeah, Lucas Strati.
That's it. That's the one.
Okay, let me scroll back up here. I'm curious what else he's done.
Luca has
Got an
done
Instagram.
stuff.
He's got an Instagram too to check out. It's well worth checking out, right, Clay?
Yeah, and he's done some stuff for Dynamite. I think he did a Mars Attacks cover for Dynamite.
Oh, okay.
He did a cover for my book Dream Quest.
That's his
Dream
style,
Quest
right,
is
Clay?
available.
He does he only work in like that medium, pretty much?
Yeah,
Like,
all of his stuff is kind of that painted stuff. Yeah, he works. He did digitally for this one, but I know he also does some traditional stuff.
This Ismael Canales has done Athena, Voltaire, The Catch, and Xenoscope's Robin Hood and Belle. Okay.
He's
There's
a pro.
If Cole, a Dracula, Hatchet, Monster, Matador. This Rafael Garcia Henchman, that's the one you said has been optioned?
yeah, Peter Murrieta is a big time showrunner and producer, and he loves comics too. And he came to me because I used to be in his improv theater back in the day, and he knew I had Baby Badass. And it's funny because he's like, "Hey, I want to talk to you about a comic book." And I was like, "Well, I've only started, with Baby Badass, but I'll be glad to help you out." And he brought me along to like co-write the story, and it's about a guy that works for an evil organization, but he's kind of like just a henchman, and he wants to move up into middle management. And it's his story, how he discovers that there's something going on in the company that's bigger than he ever imagined. And it's a really cool story. It's fun. I always liked. I don't know if you remember the movie Austin Powers back in the day, but
loved Austin Powder.
There were some outtakes, and the outtakes were just people being contacted that their husband had died or something, and they got run over by a steamroller, and they were a henchman. And the woman, she's like, "Yeah, what's he works for Dr. Evil." He was run over by a steamroller. So I love the idea of like these people that are just on the peripheral, but kind of delving into what their life is like and how they fit into a company. And so the idea was great, and we're working on volume 2 now, but Whatnot Publishing is picking it up and going to publish it hopefully this summer. So that'll be the first 3 issues and as a trade paperback.
And what's up, Felix? And thanks you for sharing the links.
Yeah, Felix popped in. Hail, hail. And he puts, please subscribe to Clay Adams' Fried Comics YouTube channel.
And that's a good sign because he's one of those big promoters on multiple channels. And if he gets your info, he shares it around. Especially if you
Awesome.
visit that channel, you'll.
There's the book, The Man with the Metal Dick.
Thanks, Felix. Yeah, that's variant Pregnant Bitches of War. Classic.
So Felix already has a favorite.
Our James Bond homage cover.
Man with the Metal Dick. And he puts the Fireball link. Nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, Dave, you weren't here. Soul said for you and Clay, Dunkel Ziffer and I are going to meet and talk tomorrow. I think you have good chances to get a belated backing, and Chris doesn't have tell stories.
They're overseas, so they might be combining shipping.
Belated
We've had
backing
people do that
is the
before.
the belated backing is the best kind of backing.
Yeah, they're in Germany. You have to get creative. Like me in Canada, like most of the time I order a book, it's like $25 plus $25 shipping. That's $50. Then in Canadian, that's like 60 something.
Yikes.
Yeah. Ours
So
is only
if I
$12.
back your book, it's because I want that book. And sometimes I backed your book through somebody else.
Right. Yeah, ours is with these special shipping rates. I think it's only like $12 to Canada. It's like 15 or something overseas, and 19, I think, if you're in Australia. So those are pretty good rates coming from the United States. Unfortunately, I think sometimes shipping from those places to the United States is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know how that.
And it got crazy because I rarely charge more than $25 unless I'm sending you like a big box with like 3-4 books in it or something.
Right. Yeah.
But the thing is, I've come to bag books that I haven't bagged. I'm not gonna say names, but there's books that I really wanted. The only one I'll mention is like Arthur Adams because he's a big deal, right, on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I wanted that art book. I really fucking wanted that art book. It's $40, but he's asking $55 shipping to Canada. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm paying this. I love you guys.
$55.
I fucking love you guys. And it's a 120-page book. I'm selling a 120-page book myself. And I'm not even charging. I'm charging like $25 shipping for that book max. I'm charging 15 to 18 to the US. And I'm like, dude, you're charging me $55 shipping. Like it makes no fucking sense.
That's not very neighborly.
And it's not even a hardcover.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've noticed is a lot of people are asking for $35 just for a regular comic book to Canada. And I'm like, I'm sorry, not happening.
That's somebody who just hasn't like weighed it out and gotten the pricing, and they've heard stories about people getting screwed on international shipping, so they just pick a number.
But I know that Arthur Adams is using one of those sell agent representative that a lot of people are using now. So that they do their campaign, they do their fulfillment and stuff like that. So they charge extra for all this shit. But we don't have to pay for this. Come on. Like $40 plus $55 shipping. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, shipping should never be more than the
book
what you're buying.
Well, it's one of the things I did with the Blood Hunter yet again. So like when I first did the campaign, I was asking for $20 for a black and white 80-page book. Right. So it was $25 shipping, and people were like, oh, shipping's expensive. So what I did when I relaunched the Second Chance campaign, because I closed out, I didn't fund, right? I can't close. So 2 weeks later, I relaunched, but what I did is I just switched the price. Book was $25, shipping was $20, and then I got funded in 2 weeks.
Nice.
It's just the perception of everything.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Is everything okay?
Might be back in a minute. I'm not sure.
Okay, go check it out.
What was that about? I'll be back.
And we never heard from Sugar Chris again.
Don't you jinx it. Don't you, Clay.
Sorry.
Everyone tuning
especially in these days. Don't you dare.
We have a real life mystery happening in real time. I actually had an idea for a movie a long time ago where someone was on a call like this and something happened and they saw what was happening. They had to see clues through like the webcam.
Then you see a strawberry blonde sitting down with a purple cloak.
Hey, Ice
Hey,
Queen.
what's up, Ice Queen? So yeah, hopefully it's not an emergency over there.
Oh,
And
we're in
their
suspense, though. That's for
their
sure.
house is not falling down.
Where's he at? Where's Chris at?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Okay. Wow. I think we can rule out an earthquake.
Country road.
Yeah, I was just thinking Mountain Mama.
Yeah.
You can't hear West Virginia without
Without
saying
Mountain
Mountain
Mama.
Mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's not a problem with his Mountain Mama.
I actually so funny story. I was in Paris many years ago with a friend. We went karaokeing to this place. And like, you know, I didn't really speak a whole lot of French. She spoke a decent amount. And like, so I was trying to talk to the guy that ran the karaoke thing. And like, you know, he didn't want to talk to me because I was American. And like, you know, he wasn't gonna talk in English. He wanted nothing to do with me. And then I got up and did my karaoke version of David Lee Roth's Just a Gigolo, I Ain't Got Nobody medley. And it killed, by the way, I gotta say. And then suddenly this dude was like all about like talking to me. And he wanted me to do a duet with him. And it was Country Roads Take Me Home. And like I barely knew the song. I don't think I really knew the melody all that well, but faked my way through it with this random Parisian guy, and then we bonded. We had a great chat. He decided I was worth talking to after all, but all because of Country Roads Take Me Home.
Okay, so Chris's bag doesn't seem to have lost any blood. We're good. So Camilla did not come for you? Carmilla.
No, just some other bullshit.
Oh, okay. Change of subjects.
Oh.
Go back this book. Don't forget to sub, like, and share.
That's right.
Hey, Ice Queen.
Oh, and bad news for people that were waiting and did not back also in Adverse 2. The campaign's now closed, so it's in demand. So no more free sketch card for you guys. So no more free shipping.
We won't rob you with shipping.
Yeah, that's the way that's the only way I can offer free shipping in a way. It's I offer free sketch cards that are worth like between $25 to $35 for the first 200 backers. Yeah, what do you want me to say? I had the most badass freaking vampire comic ever fucking made. Of course I'm gonna bring it up.
Till now, Sim. Till now.
No, still. You just you use the purple, use different. No. Still no. Crossover coming will be better.
Crossover.
The only way to make it better is to have a crossover.
There
And
you
you
call
it the purple brothers and sisters.
And we can kill Sugar Chris all over again.
And then Vincent's gonna offer a nice jacket to Carmilla, and it's gonna be called the Soul Iron jacket.
Love it.
Or the Dunkel Ziffer. There you go, Dunkel Ziffer's jacket.
Green light.
Yep.
We'll green light that.
Hey, you can't go shooting people without a nice little vest. And he's gonna have that nice vest that's gonna have like with the nice slant in the back, so when she moves, we can see her ass. It's gonna come on.
I like the way he thinks, Dave.
There's definitely a target audience there.
Mm-hmm. He's alive.
Oh, Ice Queen, did you finish your live stream? I guess she was live drawing, doing a draw stream. She's learning how to draw, I guess. I think she's doing pretty good. Let's see. Sorry, Ice Queen, I had to get caught up in the chat to see that you joined, or I would have agreed sooner. More links. Making sure everybody knows where they can find you. All right. What is fancy? Yeah.
Because there's no more. There's not more badass than badass, dude. I'm sorry.
I don't think I noticed her platform shoes before, Dave.
Spectacular.
Oh yeah, they're cat claw platforms.
I like those.
Fancy.
That's a nice touch. Very 70s.
Hey, kind of reminds me of those you know, those Chinese sandals that they had, but with
yeah.
high platform.
Yeah. I don't know if the rest of the band's wearing platforms, but I remember Kiss. Kiss, of course, had those huge boots.
Yes, especially the shortest one. He had the longest one.
Extra big boots.
Yes, I think it was Simmons that had the longest one. It was like because he was the shortest of all of them.
That's crazy shit, man. I remember I was pretty little, but my brother liked Kiss, you know, and just seeing that was disturbing when I was like 6 or 7 years old, you know, with the blood coming out of his mouth. And
I mean, it was
performance art, you know, looking back.
I always thought, like, you know, you looked at them and you're like, okay, they have high heels. Okay, fair enough. And then you see the other one. It's like, dude, that's not heels. That's freaking stilts. He came in and, dude, they were so goddamn long. It was not, you know, like, how much do you freaking, like, 5'4", 4'5" or something? And you have that little men's
I didn't know if is Gene Simmons short? I didn't know that.
Let me go check.
We need to Google that. How tall is Gene Simmons?
Let's see.
David Very Late Schrader is on the case.
It says 1.88 meters. So how much is that in?
Yeah, I know.
About his
inches.
That's what I love about this job. You learn something new every day.
6'1". He's not that short. So shit, he must have seemed like 7 feet tall in those things. Because they were platforms.
Yeah, 6'1". But yeah, when you look at those stills, you're like that. You know, that guy's like 5'1" or something with a big like little guy in syndrome.
Well, he's
6'1".
He's 5'8", 6'1" with the tongue.
Clay, Duncan Silver says, Clay, I'm really looking forward to the Carmilla comic, but of course the German Blood Hunt fan club has to fly the flag. That's clear.
Yep.
The one-man German Blood Hunt flag.
Oh, and by the way, Duncan Ziffer, I finished plotting the entire next book, and it's going to be bigger than I thought so far. So I got 3 chapters done. But yeah, it's going to be even more high octane than the first one.
That's okay.
He's going to Vatican City.
There's nothing wrong, Duncan Ziffer, with being a one-man German Blood Hunt fan club. I am a one-man West Virginia Fight Man fan club.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fight Man. I'm going to buy more copies of it so I can give it away this year. Give away a bunch of copies on the stream. And everybody will be, I know everybody won't want a copy. They're like, no, it's all right.
Get the limited Whimsun Kills Bella and Ed from Twilight variant cover on the Inkslayer store. Yes, I do have a very exclusive cover on the InkSlayerEntertainment.com. It's Vincent killing Bella and Edward from Twilight, because that's where the entire steal came from. Because that's one of the things I thought was funny, because my idea came from, imagine, like, you know, a guy like Dexter, or, you know, mixed with John Wick, who was the world renowned assassin, decided to, you know, not decided, but got screwed over, got set up, and became a vampire. Does he cry like a bitch going, oh, boo, I just lost my life? No, you'll go, fuck yeah, new skill sets. And there you go. Payback's a bitch. That was the one of the titles.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Let's see. Happy to see you, Mo. You know, I'm surprised you're up this early.
What's up, Mo? Uncle Ziffer Sim. 3 chapters already? Then it is time for the back patches. Yes.
Don't say the word fight, man. It's not going to.
Dude, I'm telling you, Uncle Ziffer, you're going to have Blood Hunt 2, and you're going to have the Blood Hunt Doc Salem crossover 2024. Both of them. And the colored edition of the first book. So you'll be happy in 2024.
Yeah.
So go back to Carmilla.
Yeah, go back, Carmilla.
Back some Carmilla, babies. Yeah. Morning Rose to the rescue. We got to make up for that lost back.
Yeah,
we've got a promise of belated backing. Thank you very much.
Love the belated backing.
We'll take more. We'll take as many as we can get. We got 15 days left in the campaign. and it's a great book. What can I say?
Oh, dude, I can't believe Mo just did this. Is that Sugar in the bottom panel? He's acting like he doesn't recognize you, Chris. Dude,
What?
ouch, Mo, that's hard.
Look in the bottom panel. What are you talking about, Mo?
I think the roadie. You might look like the roadie there. Give us a line reading, Sugar Chris.
So we did do a placement. We did write
Yeah.
you someone into the book for
I want you
free.
to say, "Geez, that doesn't seem sanitary at all. Where'd this crazy chick come from?" Look right into the camera. Give us that reading.
No.
Come on, if you do it, I'm sure they're gonna get a new backing. Come on, take one for the team, their team.
Hey guys, I actually have to go. I got to go to work. I have a job. I got to work.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, David.
I know.
I got to
it
take
sucks.
care of my sick kids, so I should probably jump too. Let's
Thanks for
hold hands
joining
and
in,
go together,
David.
Dave.
Yes, but I appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys.
Oh, no problem, Dave.
And again, I'm sorry about the unprofessionalism of Chris and not running that video, but
I-
at least we ran it when you were here, right? I'm just saying, plus.
I embrace unprofessionalism. That's my whole thing. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, guys.
Have a good
Yep.
one, David.
Yeah,
Later,
no
Dave.
problem, David.
Take care.
Yep.
Yeah, I should jet too. I'm starting to get texts from my daughter who's upstairs
Oh,
sick. I gotta
okay.
go bring her some lunch.
All
Take care,
right.
Clay. We'll talk soon.
Well,
Thanks,
later,
guys.
Clay.
I appreciate it.
Adios.
Yeah.
But
Keep
but
up
hey,
the great
thanks for
work,
having
guys.
us on, guys.
Mhm.
Please check out Carmilla Unbound. Really appreciate all the support you guys give, and thanks for having us on.
Thanks.
Later.
Next time.
Yep. Later.
Bye.
Let's see. Yeah, so everybody do go check out Carmilla Unbound from Clay and Dave.
Now that they're gone,
Still got
those
15
guys.
days. Still got 15 days to go, so you still got
Yes.
time.
And they're saying that they are planning on sending it to Indiegogo afterwards. So don't worry if you really dislike or despise the Kickstarter, you have a chance of backing it on Indiegogo.
Mm-hmm.
That it be just sending it there for as a in demand or another campaign, you'll get your chance. But let's go show them some love if you're not a Kickstarter hater. Go.
Yep. Let's see.
And no, maybe they'll have another cover by some other artists on the net for the Indiegogo.
Me with this blood too hype.
But that's the point.
Let's see. Sugar is more of a Femi Killmeister. Femi Killmeister. Sugar, what did you tell those guys about me that they ran off as soon as they saw I was here? I didn't say nothing about you to them. They probably don't even know who you are, Mo. I had nothing to do with them leaving. It's been 2 hours. They probably have things to do.
They have a day job and they also have families.
Yeah. They can't help it. You can't help it, Mo.
Responsibilities. Nothing to do with you.
Oh, shit.
You okay?
Yeah. Just stupid shit.
Hopefully the house is not falling down.
No.
Sim, you don't need to cover for Sugar's shenanigans. Okay, Mo.
But there is some good news. I haven't put it into the StreamYard yet because I
What?
was busy doing. Carl Richardson, the gentleman doing the Bad Luck comic,
Mhm.
I have confirmed he's going to be joining us
Sweet.
on the 20th. I'm really excited about that, to have him on. I've been trying to get him to come. I've been trying to get him for a while now, and been talking to him about his book.
Is that the book we both wanted?
It's the Bad Luck book. It actually just launched a couple days ago on the Kickstarter. He's already.
Yeah, but is that the one that we're both going like, oh, I love the art?
It's the one I showed you. I told you he did like work for like Warhammer and stuff.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I'm on that one.
Yeah, like he seems to have done work for like Warhammer. He's done work for 2000 AD and different stuff. So I'm really excited to have him on the 20th. I'm gonna be quite happy about that. The art looks really good
Mm-hmm.
and everything. He's already over 5K, so people apparently I'm not the only one who thinks that. Oh, hell, what to do? So I got what, 5 days? I should have time.
Hmm. Should I have time for what?
Something else.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's see. Hellzone. What's the news on Hellzone?
The campaign's ready to launch. I'm just waiting on
We don't have-
Aaron to get some of his shit together, work on the first dialogues of the preview that we want to put up. Technically, I only have like 12 to 15 pages left to do on there in black and white. There's already like 42 pages done on the 57 page book. So technically everything is ready to launch, right? We're just waiting on him to get to get it ready and launch it. But go sign up. Maybe he's waiting to get more sign-ups. I don't know. But that's going to be a quick turnaround because the book's almost done. Just need more money to get the book letter, to get it printed, and get the last pages done. But that's a Naren campaign. So we might find out one day that it's been live for 2 days. Hey guys, can I come on the morning roast? I launched the campaign of Hellzone 2 days ago. Yeah.
I can believe it.
Totally am. But go sign up to Hellzone. It's gonna be a really fun ride. And I'm also coloring the last pages of Swarm by Shane, our friend Shane.
Shane.
I colored 3 pages yesterday.
Hold up here. Oh, did you see they're apparently making a Beetlejuice 2?
Yes, they've been talking about it for like the last 2-3 years.
And that Jenna Ortega is going to be Winona Ryder's daughter.
I'm so fucking annoyed at this.
Why is that Jenna Ortega girl in everything?
They do that in Zeldana, dude. They're putting them in everything. It's like they're like the boss's daughter. Get it?
Yeah.
They don't even need to be good actors. Like, dude, seriously, the only thing she ever did is play somebody with no facial expression called Wednesday. And now they're trying to put her in everything.
I
Everything.
don't see what the big deal is about her, but okay. Ooh. There's an auction on Saturday and it has comics. Look at all them comics. Yeah.
She was in that show You before Wednesday. Yeah, but wasn't that like where she was a kid? Like, that's the thing is, I don't know if she was a good actress, but in Wednesday, like, I don't know. I haven't watched the Wednesday thing.
Ooh, there's a Captain America with Patrick the Leaper. And Iron Man fighting Submariner there. Ooh, look at all that. Ooh, those are old comics. I might have to go to this auction on Saturday. Yeah. Oh, there's the one with Superman eating all those burgers. I remember this one. Ooh, I might have to go to this auction on Saturday.
So no stream on Saturday?
Oh crap! That's right. There's a stream on Saturday. No. I'll have to wrap up the stream early. That's what I'll do, or something. Yeah.
Okay, here's the book. Here's the video. Go back it. Bye.
Bye. I'm leaving.
I'm late for the auction.
I don't know what that show is. You? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I know she was in that one show that that movie that Marinus was watching the other day, X. She was in that movie, that Jenny Ortega. That's all I know. She was in that movie. She's now going to be in this Wednesday one, and I see her like when she pops up on Twitter, like people go nuts about her. I'm like, why? What's so whoopie-doo about her?
She's young and cute.
Are you shopping again? A little, I guess. I was looking. Look. Let me. There we go. Let's see. Let me show you here. No, the auction that's coming up. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. Look, comics. We had some comics. It's got like Hot Rod Racing, Ghostly Tales. I see a Green Hornet, Tonto, Dick Tracy. Topics with an X back up there. Looks like there's Mad TV. Mad. And then it got some other stuff. Where is it? There it is. There's some other old ones. Like there's a Superman, Captain America with Batroc. There's the Iron Man up there with Submariner. Superman with Supergirl. Yeah, I'm liking some of these. Coins. Yeah, look at that. There's the Superman where he's eating all those burgers. She was like, you're eating too much. Let's see. Sugar is shopping for bathhouse toys. No, I'm not. Gosh. You'll have to wrap it up early.
Bill Ryder's like, you two need to stop whining about Jenna. She's popular right now. Casting her is a smart move. Not really. She's a shitty actress from what I've seen. That's what I'm complaining about.
I didn't say that it wasn't a smart move. And obviously she's popular. I just don't understand. I'm just saying I don't know why. I don't see the appeal, but whatever. I mean, chances are I'm not going to watch the Beetlejuice 2 anyway.
And why would you want to cast her in a similar role again? Like, why? It's just they keep repeating the same. Like it's like Zeldana. Like, what the hell is she in everything?
Well, they do that with a lot of things. They just put the same people over and over. That's what Hollywood does.
And that's what killed it. That's why now when you go to a theater, then like to go see Guardian of the Galaxy 3, on the day it comes out and the next day, theaters are empty. Oh, Dunkel Ziffer is leaving.
Oh, bye, Doko Zephyr. Says, I have to say goodbye. Thank you for the great stream today. I say goodbye with the words of Vincent. I am death. I am the Reaper. Let's see. Any updates on the red dress, Sugar? I am going to go. I'm going to go to New Orleans. I just got to figure out. That's what I was saying earlier. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get there. That's the longest trip I've ever been on by myself. And I guess I'm going to have to take a plane. I've never been on a plane either. So that's a little nervous. A little bit nervous about that, but I've got to figure it out. And I don't have any abandoned kids, Mo. So that's the first time you made it at your shopping, so that's okay. I'll be fine, I guess. Let's see. Is there any more pictures? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's this one. Destroy the bottle city. One way or another. Kandor must be enlarged. Let's see. Wizard with the Golden Eye. I don't know that one.
And most I wouldn't call her a shitty actress because she played a character with a monotone voice. By using a monotone voice, that doesn't prove she's good actress. She's a good actress, but it doesn't make her shitty. The point is,
Any more comics?
what we're saying is her, Zeldana, and a whole bunch of other where they're shitty actors, but they get put everywhere. But like I said, I haven't seen her in anything but where she's just, poker face or resting bitch face all the time. So that's what I mean by acting. When it feels that you're just reading a line instead of being in the entire the actual environment that you're in. But that's just my little bit.
The costume had stuff in his face. No. Ooh, he's hungry. That just doesn't make it shitty. Yeah. I don't know anything. I just don't know why she's so popular. That's the thing. I just don't understand why. What's the big deal about her?
It's quite simple. She played Wednesday, and a whole bunch of people, have fantasies about Wednesday. So now everybody's fantasizing about her.
Oh, so it's just.
Why do you think everybody's posing in like lingerie Wednesday and shit like that?
So she's just like a cute girl. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't had anything that made her stand out of the other ones, so maybe she'll surprise me.
My head hurt. Why does your head hurt, Soul? I don't know. Well, hopefully it's just a headache and you can take some Advil or something for it. First time I was on a plane, I was headed to Fort Jackson for basic training. Oh, neat. You'll have to tell us about your experiences in basic training, Pale Rider. Were the drill sergeants like Arlie Ermy? Let's see. At least Jenna pulled a Cavill and told the writers no, the character wouldn't do that. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
She's trying to stay, somewhat true to the source material. That's always good.
But but she's also trying to change some. But from what I was hearing, I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
It's one of the things that a lot of actors are trying to put themselves into the character. Get it? They're trying to change the character. The character would do this. I'm like, well, you're not the writer. But she put a Cavill in going, no, this is not canon. Fuck you. Oh, tip of the hat.
Let's see. I seen yesterday a guy. It was at a school, and it was a girl and a guy, and it was a guy teacher with a girl student, and he took her phone because she was using it apparently to cheat on tests. So she maced him, and so then he's trying to walk out. She's trying to get the phone back off him again. And he's like, "No, you're not getting your phone." And she maced him a second time.
Yep.
I said, "Oh my god, you got the soul, Jesus!"
I would have probably punched her.
I was like, "What kind of madness is this?"
That's the entitlement.
Let's see.
You can't do nothing to me. It's like that girl that was like, there's that guy sitting on the chair, on the bench. The girl comes and starts like provoking him, pushing his head and doing this. He gets up, grabs her, goes, "Leave me the fuck alone." She takes her shirt off. She goes, "Come on, boy." Fucking guy decked the fuck out of her.
What's this now? If Jenna was in the Snyderverse, Sim would like her more. Oh wait, the Snyderverse is dead. Aside from the ape flick cameo in the Flash movie. Oops.
The Snyderverse is not dead. It's still there. You just have to go watch the goddamn shit.
Seems Sim has something personal against this girl. Where did she hurt you, Sim?
It's not her. It's the entire genre of, like I said, Zeldana. There's a whole bunch of them. The actresses that come in, and they don't seem to be acting. They just seem to be posing. It's resting bitch face all the time. They can't freaking play emotions at all. So that's what to me is shitty actor.
She's Dunkle's ever quoted Wednesday.
Maybe she'll surprise me, but she hasn't played anything that changed anything of that.
I was in when the drill sergeants could hit you and get away with it. Oh, lovely. Good times. Good times. I'm sure that's fun. I'm sure you had a glorious time, Pale Rider. That's them not going to watch it.
I'm definitely going to be watching Beetlejuice too. I'm just don't understand why she's in it. Why she's going to be playing the same role as Wednesday. And you don't know who Zeldana is?
Oh.
Dune. She's the Black Mary Jane.
Her name ain't Zeldana, is it? It's like, it starts with a Z, but it ain't Zeldana, right?
Isn't it?
I feel like it's not. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Pale Rider, the actress that plays Gamora in Guardians.
Zendaya. There you go. Zendaya.
She don't play Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Who?
That Zendaya. She plays. She
No,
don't play.
Zeldana. Zeldana plays. It's Zendaya that I was talking about, but
Yeah.
Zeldana is the one that plays Gamora. Yeah.
Okay.
The one I was talking about that reminds me of the other one is Zendaya, the one from Dune
Okay.
and Spider-Man.
All right. My right something. Oh, shoulder still pops in and out of socket.
Mo's like, who is Jenna playing that got you guys started in this topic? Beetlejuice 2 is supposed to be replacing what's her name again?
She's not replacing anybody. She's going to be the daughter.
Yeah, the
of
daughter.
Winona Ryder's character.
So she's replacing Winona Ryder. That's my point.
She's not replacing her. Winona
gonna be the
Ryder's
daughter.
going to be older, so it's going to be her daughter,
Okay.
her character's daughter.
That's why we don't understand why she's there, because all we've seen of her is there you go. That's where the conversation started.
I just I don't understand why she's become it seems like she's so popular and
She has a
doing
baby
lot
face.
of
She's
stuff,
so cute. And
I just don't know why. What's the big deal about her? And I would say that about that whatever her name is, Zendaya or whatever that's in Spider-Man and all.
Yeah.
What's the big hoopla about her? I don't get it.
well, it's not like they're great actresses or they fucking wow everybody. I don't understand. Other than they're cute or something, or they have the same similar face, same big eyes, same round face.
But,
No, it's I don't know.
But at the same time, I don't care.
It's like what's happening is like when you look at The Last of Us, then you look at the Ariel. They all have those girls with a big distance between their eyes.
Oh, okay. That's kind of on the nose, says Mo. Sam woke up on the French side of the bed, so testy. I don't know, he's fired up. Who would you have cast in the role, Sugar, if you were the casting agent? What, for Wednesday? Would I have even done a Beetlejuice 2 now? Probably not. It's been so long. No, I don't know if I would have even done a Beetlejuice 2. Jeez, it's been ages. They should have done it years ago, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's, gosh, how old is the people involved now? Seems a bit much.
I don't know. I'm curious, but especially it's Tim Burton. It's not like it's just nobody, Joe Nobody doing it.
Plus, I'm tired of all the dang remakes anyway, or reboots or whatever. This feels cheap. Let's see. So it's Zendaya. I didn't like the new Spider-Man, so I didn't pay much attention to her. Also, I'm not going to watch a Dune movie without Sting and Jurgen Prochnow.
Oh, the Doom movie is pretty cool. I just don't like the kid they choose to play the main character, and Zendaya, and there just doesn't work.
Let's see. I agree it's really late to do one, but I'm just curious who they should have cast instead. Well, you got, I don't know. I see that's a problem. I don't know enough about
The thing
modern
is,
cat who all is in modern movies now.
the thing is, it's not who should have been casted or who would have been better. It's more the fact of the question is, why do they keep casting the same? It's like, imagine like, Henry Cavill plays Superman, then goes plays Cyclops, then goes plays another character. It's the entire spiel of like, they're trying so much to hype somebody to play everything that it ruins the immersion. It ruins everything. You're just going to see a movie and, oh, here's that chick again,
I was just wondering.
instead of the character.
I was
That's
just-
only it is. So there's not nobody that could play that character better. Like, she fits. She could be Winona's Ryder's daughter. I don't know.
I
But
was
it's just why? Like, why do they keep putting all the same actors all the time? It's like, I wouldn't see Bruce Willis play fucking Superman. You know what I mean? I like Bruce Willis,
I was just wondering what the appeal was.
but Bruce
But
Willis
why?
plays Bruce Willis.
Why was she? I noticed she's been cast here a lot lately, and then on Twitter, whenever she's brought up, people go nuts over. I'm like, well, what's so amazing about her? But that's all I was wondering. I don't even keep up with movies, so I ain't got any room to say nothing. I don't know. Aubrey Plaza would make a good older Wednesday. Oh,
Huh.
Yeah, I could see that. I guess. Yeah. I know her. She was in that. What was it? Office? No, not Office. What's that comedy show?
Which one?
The one with Swanson. Ron Swanson. Is that Parks and Recreation?
I have no clue.
I think she was in that show. I've seen clips of that show. Let's see. The new Dune was decent. Pale Rider watched it for free.
Yeah, it was pretty. Technically, like, if you like the novels, you're gonna like it better than the David Finch movie. But they removed the cool shit from what the Finch movie had, like the big bad guy that was like disgusting and shit. They tried to clean him up. It was like he kills people for fun. Didn't do that. They took a lot of the good stuff away from. But overall, it's more like the novels. But it's like 1/4. The full movie is only 1/3 or 1/4 of the first novel, which is stupid when you think about it. They didn't cover much. It's like they want to do 3 movies just for one novel, but there's so many. Would explain why they started with the actors so young too. Because David's supposed to be older than that, I think.
Soul says he watched the trailer and felt nothing. The only actors he recognized were wrestlers, and I didn't care for anyone. Also, the main actor has a French name and attitude. Get out of here.
It's Villeneuve. The guy that did the Blade Runner sequel.
It's not a wrestler. Get what I mean.
And the only wrestler in there that I remember is Batista.
Let's see.
And Momoa rocks in there.
All right. I need to start wrapping this up. It's already 1:30, and I got shit I gotta do before I can even go to bed. So I need to start wrapping this up. Figured I'd keep it rolling a little bit longer since Mo was joining us. But let's see. But let me see what else we got going on here. 10th, 13th. I think I'm gonna have somebody on the 13th. Pretty sure. Let me check, see if he's answered back. Yeah, okay. I am gonna have somebody on the 13th. So I haven't put it in the StreamYard yet. And then on the 15th, we got Ace coming back, Mr. Edwin, to join us and talk about his work. And I also, on the 20th, I'm going to be having on, shut up. Fuck it, I don't know. All right, but on the 20th, I'm going to be having on Carl to be talking about bad luck. I am looking forward to that. That's going to be real fun. I really like that art style. It's looking really good. But anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Do appreciate it. And let's see, let me just do a real quick check on the chat. Sim, I meant Timothy Chalamet. What a windbag.
Yeah, the guy that plays the main character. Astrades.
You better wrap it up for the chicken slaughterhouse chick.
What?
Chicken slaughterhouse chick. What's Power talking about?
I don't know.
Even Chris's phone is gay. That's the default ringtone. I never changed it. Gosh.
Oh, later, everyone. Don't forget to sub, like, and share. And go check out the Carmilla book. And if you haven't backed yet, go back to House on Nevers too. Now in demand.
Yep. Later, everybody.